What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new Yannis Pappas Hour. Before we start this episode with guest Andrew Santino from the Bad Friends podcast, Whiskey Ginger, and a bunch of movies and stuff, I would like to tell you about my dates where you can see me live and you can go out and have an enjoying evening. This weekend, you missed it, June 24th, I was at Soul Joe's, so there you have it. Boston, Massachusetts, July 8th at the Wilbur Theater. Limited amount of tickets left. Poughkeepsie, July 21st and 22nd at Laugh It Up. Jordan Landing, Utah at Wise Guys, August 4th and 5th. The Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island, August 17th. Tickets gone fast. Plano, Texas, which is Dallas, Texas, August 24th through the 26th. Springfield, Missouri, September 7th and 9th. Calgary, Alberta. How do you like them apples? September 22nd, 23rd. Fort Wayne, Indiana, September 29th, 30th. Red Bank, New Jersey at the Vogel, October 14th. San Francisco at Cobb's, October 27th and 28th. San Fran, New York City, November 4th. Providence, November 10th and 11th. Phoenix, November 16th, 17th. Spokane, December 1st and 2nd. Tulsa, December 8th and 9th. Louis, December 15th and 16th. Louisville, and the Royal Theater in Toronto, March 23rd. That's been rescheduled. So March 23rd, Toronto, the Royal Theater, patreon.com/Yannis Pappas Hour. These main episodes are an advertisement for our Patreon, which is where we really get loose and have fun. Please join, support the show, tell friends about it. We really appreciate you. Now enjoy this wonderful, wonderful episode.
It's a long day coming. It's about to be a really long day.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the brand new, all-new Yannis Pappas Hour. That's what I like to say because I'm rebranding it. It's totally different, and I just want to convince people that the lower numbers are just because we just started. Formerly known as Long Days, now Yannis Pappas. I'm sitting here with one of the kindest, funniest, most talented comedians on the planet.
Mike Albanese.
Mike Albanese, everybody. Mike Albanese, and an up-and-comer who's got some good things going. Potentially, potentially could make it in this business.
We'll see.
It's Andrew Sanctimonious.
Santino. Andrew Sanctimonious. Andrew Santino.
Andrew Sanctimonious. D Sanctimonious.
Look, I know historically our people don't like each other.
Historically, we don't.
But
your people being
everybody but Greeks.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Nobody likes you guys.
That's right.
Because of the tyranny and the history and the pain and
we've done
bathhouses. Everything really that you've done is awful.
Yeah, well, we created Western Civ, and that's a patriarchy. That's oppressive.
What they say.
And that's the bad. You know that. You know.
That's
so
what they say.
You and all the rest of the communists do hate us. I love the way you switch this table. Now it feels like a police interrogation. I mean,
tell me where you were.
Yeah, there's no way for me not to feel like good cop, bad cop here.
I never been to Harlem.
Yeah.
Really? No, never.
So you're in New York.
I'm in New York,
which is a great time for New York to have you.
It's so nice.
Thanks
here.
for coming.
My pleasure, man. I'm on my way to Toronto, Canada. Me and Robert E. Lee are doing a bunch of Bad Friends shows, and I said we should go to New York for a minute instead of heading back out. We had days to kill.
Yeah.
And I said, who do I want to see? Who do I want to eat buffalo cauliflower with?
Yeah.
Jan Pop.
And we were having a heart-to-heart at lunch, and you told me a little bit about your life, and then you asked me what my height was, which I thought was interesting for a third date. To be like, what your height is.
Because online you lied.
I did lie.
Yeah, you lied online.
I lied to you.
You catfished me.
I told you it was 6 foot, but I said, let me be honest, I'm 5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't want to sit here. You're giving me a heart-to-heart. You're spilling your heart, and then I lied to you. I couldn't do that to your face. So I gave you the truth. Now you're one of a few people that know I'm 5'11" and 3/4, not 6. But when I got Air Max on, closer to 6'1".
I did see that when you walked out the door. You were almost as tall as me, and I thought that's probably because of the Air Maxes.
It is because
do you have inserts?
I don't have inserts, but I think it's funny that there are guys out there that have inserts.
Yeah,
and we don't know about it.
Do you know what the #1 shoe for inserts for guys?
What?
You got them on your feet right now, buddy.
Air Max.
Air Max.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they're already tall, so it's less.
Yeah, the butt
less
height
difference.
Bobby Kelly, I know wears inserts. I know that for a fact.
He's shorter. He always
he keeps shrinking.
He always surprised me how short he really is because he's got like a big guy presence, a big guy face.
What do you mean? He's a big head?
He just looks like he's a tough Boston guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then you stand next to him and you're like, I could throw this guy into a fucking ceiling fan. It's very like confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's a little sugar bear. That's
now
the problem.
you on the other hand, you look like a guy from the face that I could throw into a ceiling fan. Then you stand up and I'm like, this is a big athletic guy.
Yeah.
He likes a whiskey.
Lunatic.
Yeah, he's a mean drunk.
He's a mean drunk. I opened my heart to you about addiction and my family, and you telling me the truth about your height means a lot to me.
That's what I mean.
And then when we broke down on the walk, it was kind of nice when you said, not a drinking problem, but a situation.
It was yeah, you have a situation.
because I like it so much.
You can tell the difference between a problem and a situation. Yeah.
Because I don't like to
Well, here's the deal. Situations tend to turn into
problems.
yeah. They don't. Sometimes they don't go the other way. So
Nah, if you don't Jekyll and Hyde,
Right.
I don't change when I like to drink. I just enjoy to go out and have drinks with people.
Yeah.
But I don't shift. I don't shape shift into another person. That's when it becomes a problem. When people get drunk and then they become another human being.
Right.
And then you're like, this guy he's a terrorist when he gets drunk.
that's the sign of alcoholism when the personality changes, right?
Yeah. I just tip more. I
Right.
tip more, and I'm disrespectful of time and space. I'm just having
Well,
fun.
that's you when you're sober too. So so you're
100%.
still good, yeah.
God bless.
And still like
why I showed up late.
racist, hate Jews, misogyny. If that's still the same, there's no problem. It's a situation.
I gave you
Same
my bio for a reason.
Yeah,
I wanted
it's-
that out up top.
Yeah,
you
so-
don't have to put it in the middle. Put that up at the top.
Yeah, because I've been with you sober, I've been with you drunk, and it's the same kind
Same
of
guy.
same kind of hatred comes out. So I'm like, all right, this is not a problem. I'm like, these guys good.
But, I think it's hard being a redheaded Chinese guy in this kind of day and age. The way that they look at us is different. The way they feel about us, the way they talk about us.
Yeah.
The amount of bigotry I've faced in the course of my life,
It's
being
double,
half Chinese
man.
and half Irish.
Yeah, yeah,
tough.
yeah. It was, and the thing is, when the COVID happened, it made it harder.
Big time.
It made it harder for Chinese guys like you.
Big time.
Yeah.
They would blame me, and that's not my fault.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, I know you've personally, the drinking's one thing. I know some of the drinking you do is to mask sort of, hey, you and Ellie Wong, she got all the stuff.
You heard.
You didn't. You've been around for longer, but they gave it to her. And you were like, what about this Chinese guy?
It's funny because people do think that I was married to Ali Wong for a while. We were dating for about 7 or 8 years, and she never asked me to get married. And I wanted to get married.
No,
very
she's
bad.
kind of like the dude in the relationship. She
was.
I know her well.
I was the bottom. So when
Yeah.
she shifted on to greener pastures, I respected that.
Yeah.
I really did. The internet will run with this, by the way.
Yeah, no, they will. No, they
They'll say I married Ali Wong, or he dated Ali Wong for 7 years.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was not a Western marriage. It was more of a Buddhist Eastern marriage because it's more of a Chinese thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
After this, I'm going to Bernie Sanders' house. I got a meeting with that guy.
You going to Bernie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been hanging out with him.
Yeah, tell me about that. You guys have become close. It's
Really, really
It's
close.
a really strange relationship. Like me and Stamos. You're like, how did that happen?
I clean up after him.
Yeah, I mean, I get the communist connection, but other than that,
But that's how it started.
yeah,
And I said, I jokingly said something to him at a party with a bunch of friends that, the socialism. And he said, no, it's ist, not ism. And I said,
Right.
oh shit. And then I learned we're isties. And he said, you want to be an istie? So I move out there. I live with him half of the year.
that's incredible. Yeah,
In one of our 6 properties that we own. It's good.
and you're also on a big charity tour, charity for Yannis Pappas's new
That's right.
baby with another Chinese guy, Bobby Lee.
Robert E. Lee. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're donating
Robert
all
Lee.
the money from the Bad Friends tour to Yannis's new baby. So
Yeah.
please come out to the shows. All the ticket proceeds are going to go to Yannis's child's health and life and future. So if you're buying a ticket, you're helping out that kid.
And I appreciate that you guys do that. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
people say Asian guys, all they do is, they're unemotional. All they do is squat down and eat lunch out of styrofoam containers
And smoke.
and smoke while they do it. And I say sometimes they do charity shows for people's children and redistribute wealth because of Mao. And
There's a McDonald's across the street from the statue of Mao. You know that, right?
is there?
McDonald's.
That
You can
is
look
it?
it up on Google Maps. It's there.
I
There's
mean,
a
that's the
McDonald's.
fucking yin and yang of stuff.
Literally,
You know,
they have a yin
yeah.
and yang burger. It is
They
a
do,
yin
yeah,
yang burger.
That's
Yeah,
what it's called. Like, that's what it's not a lot. It's not like a Royale with cheese. It's a yin and yang.
it's a yin yang burger.
It's a
Yeah,
yin-
that's their Big Mac. Yin yang.
And General Tso's chicken over there is just General Johnson.
No, he's not a general over there. He's just so.
He's just so.
Yeah, Mark So. That's his name.
Ah, do you think they struggle with American names the way we struggle with Chinese names?
100%.
So if you go over there and you're like, my name is Andrew Santino, they go, Andrew Santino, and they make fun of us the way we do them. Like,
they go, my name is Andrew Santino.
Andrew Santino. But they also struggle with phonetically. They go like, because they're so
Andrew
used to so.
Santino.
I mean, let's be honest. Their fucking names, when you look at them on a board, like written down, they look like jigsaw puzzles. It looks like it's like, what are you doing? Are you playing charades with fucking pictures?
They are.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to be named after a photo. It'd be nice if our names were pictures.
In what way?
Well, if your name was a photo in America, what photo would you be?
My name was a photo.
If you were a picture, instead of a word, if your name was a picture.
What would I be?
Yeah.
That's a fucking good question.
I think it's a kettle.
I think it would be,
Be a big black kettle.
two guys.
Oh, wow.
From the back on a hill, sunset, volcano in tow.
Right.
Just hands close, hands close but not touching, making you wonder.
Ooh.
From behind, beautiful sunset in front, Santorini, volcano.
Love.
And you figure it out.
I like that.
It's sort of like the Mona Lisa of Are You Gay?
right.
It's like, it's gay, but it's not both.
No, it is.
It's dualistic.
But it is, though.
What would yours be? Whiskey, hitting women.
Mine would be a. Mine would be a bot. You know, have you ever seen these videos online where they put sand or liquid in a bottle and they roll them down steps to see if they'll break? I'm the bottle right before it hits the step. That's exactly what I am.
I like that.
Right before it hits, it's like the mid-air flip turnover of the bottle filled with sand.
And what are you, big guy? If you were a picture, what the fuck would you be? You 6'5", big fucking hunking chunk of meat.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it's probably just a plate of nachos.
I was gonna say prime rib. I think you'd be prime rib.
Prime rib, but some sort of big plate of food.
But you know why prime rib to me? Because it's delicious. You're delicious, but there is
Sweet, man.
a little bit too much fat on them always.
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit.
the thing.
And that's not a shot at you.
Yeah.
But that is why I'd be a prime rib.
Because it's delicious, but you're like, this is not good for me all the time. I can only have this sometimes.
But when people look at me, they go, "Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, a little too much fat."
No.
Just slightly.
No,
They're like,
dude,
"Are those?
when you're
Does he have 4 titties? What's happening?"
No. When you're 6'5", you can get bigger and it looks okay.
What do you weigh now? 245,
Keep going, buddy.
268, 282.
Dude, he's in
307.
threes, brother.
You're not over 300.
307 pounds.
You
Oh,
saw him
man.
when we fucking
And
walked up.
that's without my Air Maxes on.
Yeah.
Or my lifts.
Yeah, then you're 345.
You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy to think he's 345, he's 6'5". Bobby Kelly was like 400, and he's 4'9".
I never understood the math.
I would just like to
on
say, I
that.
said
glad he did what he
307,
did.
not 345.
Yeah, 307.
You just gave me 40 pounds.
Yeah, that was
but-
mean. Take it back.
I already have a lot, so
I was eyeballing it.
Yeah, take it back.
was
You were talking
I'm
about
not a
your weight
carpenter.
at your
Yeah.
lunch. You were talking about your weight fluctuating at lunch.
215 to 225. It's sad.
Does your wife ever comment about it?
No, she
Does
doesn't
ever
care,
say-
and that's the problem.
Yeah, she should.
You know, if women were a little more superficial about stuff,
Yeah.
maybe we'd fucking live longer.
That's right.
You know, they get mad at us for being superficial, like, oh, we're just checking out their bodies. But yeah, guess what? That's why they fucking live 10 years longer,
Mm-hmm.
because of the pressure to keep that ass tight.
Lower amounts of suicide.
That's
Right?
it.
Yeah, lower amounts of depression in women.
That's it.
They have all that because they're not superficial.
And because we keep them, you know, we were like a drill sergeant. We keep them in shape.
You yell at your wife a
Discipline,
lot.
yeah. I'm like, you clean it up.
You gotta
Clean it up.
You gotta.
I can't fuck this mess.
Right.
You had a baby 3 days ago?
Big deal.
Stitch it up.
Big deal.
And hit the gym.
Close it up and get back to work, pal.
I mean, we drop dead fucking 55, 60 heart attacks. That's because they don't care what we look like.
What runs in your family?
What runs my gayetry? I got a gay brother.
Well, you made it out alive so far.
I got one gay brother. I got another brother who's a string aficionado.
No.
Yeah, he is. The politically correct way to refer to that is string aficionado.
String aficionado.
String aficionado. He loves. He's a fan of strings. I don't know if we can keep this in, but he is my brother.
Yeah.
So I can make that joke, I believe.
Maybe.
I thought you were going to say your brother's a cat.
No.
He loves cats.
He loves cats though. But
Go get him started on
yeah.
trains.
He just had a friend who was such a fucking fan of this string that he had, and he had a friend at the school who was just like, he would just play with the string and he loved the string.
A string?
A string.
Just like a piece of
Talking about
string.
a shoelace, man.
Oh, man.
But not even a shoelace. It wasn't even that dressed up.
Just a string.
It was like a little tiny rope, and he was loving it. And so we'll never know that happiness. That I know that population is happy. I know we are not. So
You're happy though, aren't you? A little bit.
Yeah, and that's here's the thing: with happiness comes more sadness. Because
Does
then,
it?
yeah, that's the yin and yang of life. Yeah, see, because when you're just dealing with your demons, you're drinking them or on the go or whatever you do, you're not feeling the sadness because you're in survival mode.
So how do you feel? How do you get through the sadness and then stay
When
happy?
you get the good,
Yeah.
when you get to the good, then you realize all the sad. And you're like, oh man, because that means I don't want to lose it. Now I have something to lose. So I have something I care about. It actually has value, something that if it was gone would make me more sad. And so it brings in the sadness because you actually have something that's meaningful now in
So
your
what you're
life.
saying is don't get any meaning, don't get any meaning or attach yourself to things that you care about, and then you'll be fine.
That's why a lot of people do that. Yeah. If you think about it, that's why they do it.
So don't get married, don't fall in love, stay single, have no responsibilities.
Then you'll
and
have nothing to lose.
Right, then
and
you have
you'll never
nothing
be
to lose.
sad because there's nothing to lose.
What do you have to lose right now other than your
My
wife and
family,
kids?
my wife, other than my wife and kids, I got a good few pairs of cool sneakers that I really.
They can be gone. So what do you really have to lose? Just your family.
Just family. Yeah.
Well, you're never going to lose them.
Well, I mean, you know.
You'll die first for sure.
For sure.
I've seen her.
That's
She's fit. Yeah.
she's a lot younger than me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be out.
Yeah, and that's why I got her, dude. I want to save, like kill two birds with one
Has
stone.
she already
You get a
started
wife
to
and a
line up
nurse.
her next husband?
Absolutely.
She should.
Yeah, she has. She has, yeah. I know she's going to have a whole second half of life that I'm not going to be a part of. But that's fine with me.
You're going to be able to see it from the
That's
afterlife.
fine with me, dude.
Yeah.
She's I recruited her straight out of high school. I built my franchise. I did what I had to do. I rebuilt it.
She's a good draft pick.
Yeah, I was with a girl who was my age. It didn't work out. We rebuilt.
You rebuild.
You got to be the general manager of your life.
How old are you now? 46?
Well, I can't lie to you because you were.
Yeah, I told you about the
47.
height. Are you 47?
Yeah. Sometimes I tell people 46. I take 1 year back because my mother did because she was
Honestly,
a sociopath.
You don't look 46.
I look fucking good. It's a Greek genes.
Yeah, your face is nice.
It's the Greek genes.
How old are you, Mike?
39.
Yeah, we're the same age.
You guys are the same.
When you turn 40?
January.
October's coming for me. October's coming fast.
Yeah, well,
40 doesn't mean anything to me, though. I'm happy.
I'm turning 47. Listen, it's great. The 40s are great. You're going to have a great 40s.
Wow, you're done with them, huh? You already went through them. You burned right through.
I'm at the end, man. I'm really I'm towards the end.
I'm excited for
burned
40. 40, I feel like you've leveled out all your friendships make sense. My dad used to say that. He said the 20s are the hardest, but they're so much fun.
Yeah.
The 30s are confusing because you're losing friends, you're making new ones, people are solidifying in their jobs. Everyone's kind of figuring themselves out a little bit. So 30s are really kind of like if you're panning for gold, it's like shaking all the shit out. So it's kind of a stinky time. It's like usually love and breakups and marriage and divorce and all that 30s happens. And he said once you get to 40s, it's kind of like you're home free. You know yourself better than you've ever known yourself. You're probably not going to change that much more. You're kind of settled in the ways. You usually are figuring out what you want to do financially for a living. He's like, all that stuff kind of levels out, and then you're good. That's who you are now kind of forever. My grandmother used to say she felt like she was like 36 or something like that for the rest of her life. Like she said, at some point she feels like she never grew up after that.
Yeah.
Like you hit an age, and 36 for a woman,
It's like 60.
it's
in
so
Hollywood.
mature.
Yeah.
So mature.
Yeah. And in Hollywood, it's
No, Hollywood, you can't work after
can't
30.
work
If you're a
after
woman
30.
and you're working after 30,
Yeah.
you know Weinstein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it. There's no way you got away with it otherwise.
Yeah, no, and nature's just, it's unfair in that way.
Well, I think...
And women want to be with older guys. It's just unfair.
Well, here's the deal. If you ever work, when you ever work in TV and they put on makeup on your face, and usually nowadays, especially in TV and movies, they don't put a lot of makeup on guys anymore, but they used to put a lot of makeup on. You know, like in the James Cagney days and all that stuff. Like they would cake up these guys, obviously because the light was harsh and the film wasn't, film didn't look the way it looks now. What we can physically see, so they could mask you and kind of make you look the same age for a long time. And now, when I get makeup put on and then we take it off, even the slightest amount makes me feel mentally uglier with makeup on, which is strange because I'm like, I look like a different person with makeup on. It looks like a fake person. So then I feel like that must have some sort of mental effect on women changing from feeling beautiful adding makeup, and then sometimes they feel uglier with it because they know what they really look like. So it's a mental game. So every day you're putting yourself to this weird mental game of like looking like a person that's not really you. And then sometimes you end up hating the original, and then sometimes you end up hating the fake version. It's this delicate balance of who am I really with all this stuff on my face. It's really weird, man. It psychologically messes with you when you put on makeup, because you'll have a makeup artist who'll put makeup on you and they'll go, oh, that's too red, and then you'll start going, oh, I guess I have a shitty face. I guess I didn't know I had a shitty face. And like, no, but this is ugly and that's ugly and your neck looks weird down here. And then you're like, I don't want to deal. Don't ever tell me again. I'm fine looking older.
I used to hide from the makeup girl when I was doing a live show. And so I would hide because I knew that if I showed up quicker, then they wouldn't do. I hated makeup. It used to burn my eyes. You know, when they go close to
underneath. I don't like
burns
that.
your eyes. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And they put it on. They go, look up. And
you're going that, and it like hurts.
wincing.
And then it like burn your eyes. And then I would leave it on, fall asleep, it'd be on my pillow. I just would hide.
I hated it.
It was the thing I would just hide, and then I would show up, and then they'd try to do it quick, and it was like a game we did. But I was the comedian on the show, so they were like,
you didn't need to put makeup on though.
I'm handsome.
Really, truly,
I'm handsome.
And that beard covers up 3/4 of that face anyway.
With less face, I'm great, and that's what the beard's for.
If that thing was gone, man,
I look bad.
I don't know we'd be friends.
Yeah, the thing is, when I get a little fatter too, is my face. I put it on here.
Yeah.
But dude, when I'm about 203, I got a sharp jawline, and my eyes do separate because my face comes in. So what happens is, when my face gets bigger, it pushes my eyes in.
Right.
Sort of like when you get fat here, it pushes your dick smaller.
Right.
Because it takes up the meat. Same thing happens with my face, and that's what pulls my eyes closer
You think
together.
your dick gets smaller when you...
I know that it does.
Why?
Because it disappears over the horizon of my stomach.
You can't see your dick sometimes?
Sometimes I can't.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You always say those things.
That's crazy sad.
Okay, like
When
I
you look
remember
down
we
to
had
pee,
that
you-
thing where you said you make a girl come every time, and also now you telling me there's been time if you got fat, have you ever been fat?
No.
No.
No, I've been like out of shape.
See, you don't know the struggle.
Yeah, but here's
Yeah.
why. Because
You got good genes, and you're throwing it all away with booze.
I'm lucky that I got good genes, and I am tossing it away in the
you
trash
got
with booze.
fucking good
But
genes.
what am I supposed to do if I don't drink? If I give up drinking, I've thought about that. Like, if I just stop, if I just stop drinking, it's a social pleasure that I actually love. That isn't like I need it to socialize. Don't, but I do enjoy it. So it's almost like I'm giving up something that, for no reason, a little bit, kind of. I don't know. It's like chewing gum.
Well, what have you ever thought about maybe?
It's like I don't need it, but I like it.
Yeah, and it does do something for you, but it gives you a rush. It makes you feel good. But have you ever thought about maybe putting on a mask late at night, masquerading as somebody else and punching homeless people? Because that I hear also feels good.
Are you encouraging me to do something like
I'm
this
just
while I'm in
asking
New
you
York?
if you've considered it. It's not bad for your liver, and it gives you the same rush.
Okay.
You know, it's it's called the Jason Bateman.
But I hear they're
Nero did it too. Did you know Nero, the emperor of Rome, this is how wild he was. He would put on a mask with a bunch of his like fucking dirtbag friends because he didn't want to get recognized because he's the emperor of Rome. And he would go around and he would beat up street people.
I guarantee you they were also drunk.
Yeah, they were, of course.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Everyone was drunk forever.
They didn't have like drugs back then. It was just drunk. Just drunk.
But people were drunk for the majority of history, by the way.
They were, yeah.
Many people drank alcohol before they drank water because it was safer.
You ever think about this though? What did crazy people who were paranoid do before the FBI? Who was watching them?
Their friends and neighbors.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
I saw a woman online turn on her neighbor. It was so wild. You could tell how high she was. And she seemed well-to-do. Like she looked like she had put herself together. It's weird to see people that are like, how do I say that? They're like proper drug addicts. Like they're really fucked up, but they look like they put their life together.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay when you see someone who looks disheveled that's high. It makes sense. The math adds up.
Yeah.
But she was like well dressed and everything, and was laced out of her mind. And she was like, "You stole the documents from our apartment. I know what you did. You know, Michael Zonadov." And she's like spouting out chaos, and you're like, this is such a weird level of drug addict where she's fully high functioning and looks good. She looks like she has it together.
Yeah.
That's a really trickery place to be because then the cops come and she can just say she's having a manic episode.
Yeah.
She's not lit up on drug. But meanwhile, when you go down to Philly and you're in Kensington Ave and they're trying to touch their toes with their nose and trying to not fall over, it makes sense. You're like, they look like shit. This guy looks like shit. Fentanyl's got him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, looks good. I hate to say that, but fentanyl looks so good.
You mean just
I mean, it looks...
the effects of it?
It looks amazing.
Got to be great.
Got to be amazing.
It's got to be amazing.
The way that it treats these people,
Yeah.
it must be incredible.
It has to be really good.
Like that scene in Pulp Fiction when Travolta does heroin.
Yeah.
And he's like
And he's
in the
like-
car and the lights. Oh, man.
Dun, 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 yeah.
It's so fucked up that a piece of me is like, I kind of want to try.
Well,
it.
you know it's got to be good, like, because you see what it does to them physically and what it does to their life, and they're still going
Don't
for
care.
it. They're still
Yeah.
going for it like a dream.
See, we don't have as
It's
much.
like an open micer still hitting the You're like, it's not going to happen. They're like, but it feels so
But it feels so
good.
good.
So good, yeah.
We don't have that in LA anymore. We don't have really a lot of like mainlining needles anymore. Now that there's needles everywhere, it's because they're stabbing you with booster shots on the streets. They'll come right up to you and they'll boost you without you knowing.
They
They have it and they stick you with it.
Yeah.
And then you got to keep walking away. You get boosted and you don't even know it in LA.
They won't stop
I'm on
boosting.
my 18th booster right now.
Hey, listen, man, I trust. I'll keep getting boosters.
You see, that's so funny that everyone's mad, like the Joe Rogan controversy about all this.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to ask your opinion.
so funny,
I
man.
want an
It's
official
just so
statement from
funny.
you.
Oh yeah, give me a statement about it.
Yeah, I want you a statement about it. So, like, who are you, team?
I'm worried about RFK's voice though. That was the hardest thing to hear. It sounds scary.
Like a scared granny.
Yeah.
Like a couple of teenagers just broke into the house and the grandmother's just on the couch and they're
what
asking,
are you boys been
yeah,
doing?
and she's just trying to tell them where things are. Yeah, but she's scared at the same time. I don't know what's going on.
Get me a cup of Sanka coffee and I'll explain everything
The
to
money's
you.
in the drawer over there.
The Hungarians. So yeah, then she goes in a big.
What are you boys,
history lesson.
Albanian?
No,
I always make robbers in my hypothetical Albanian.
Albanian, yeah, you do.
Because it's just the politically correct thing
where
to
you
do.
grew up,
I
though.
avoid all other ethnicities. No Chinese. No from the Southern America.
Got it.
No, and I won't even mention other ones.
Yeah, don't even
Just go Albania.
Go Albania.
Albania. Yeah.
That's like with the movies. The only enemy that film could even still put in Russians. They're the only
They're
one.
all
That's it.
Russian. Yeah,
You
they're
have
all
to.
Russian. Yeah.
Blanketed. I don't know about.
I don't even think you can do Muslim anymore. It used to be for a while they were all Muslim terrorists.
You could. I think you still can sneak it in there now.
Can you do a
They have to
Somali
be
pirate?
Russian Muslim. They got to be Russian Muslims.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're in the movies now.
Nah, not
Look,
really.
Thank you for deigning to do this. This brand new podcast I just started.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Hey, you're in a fucking movie, dog. You're in a big movie.
I'm in a
you
big
star in the
movie.
movie. You're not in the background. You're not like a security guard. You're like, you got lines. You've been doing a lot of acting.
I'm trying, and well, hopefully the movie's good. I don't know. It comes out, and I did this movie with Cena and Zac Efron, and
You got to say that. You got to say that way. That was I didn't see it.
well, it's just I don't know. You know, it's not they're in it's their movie. I'm just a guy in the movie.
Those
with
guys
them.
are famous and they know who you are. You've done well.
Yeah, they're all right.
You've
Look,
done well for a kid from Chicago.
they're nice guys, and the
Yeah.
movie was fun. And then I hope it's good. There's no other explanation to film and television. No one ever knows why, or most of the time, you know, you're throwing a dart. You're like, man, I hope it hits. Who knows? I mean that. I know you have to be passive about it because I couldn't sit here and be like, it was amazing. Some of the scenes were so funny to me.
Yeah.
I just don't know you never know what it looks like when it's done.
But you're a guy who, I love you to death, and you're a guy I think who knows what's important in life. Did you have a good time filming the movie?
You know, I did.
So it doesn't matter what happens with it.
No, I know, that's true.
As long as you and John were like having games like this and having fun off set.
Yeah, and my family came out, which was nice. I got my parents down there and the old wifey down there.
Your
And
dad's a big John Cena fan.
huge.
Yeah.
Are you making a comment about his mental state?
Yeah. I don't know where I went. I was just.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
No, my mom
your dad's
and dad.
okay?
Yeah. No,
Is
I'm
John
teasing.
Cena okay?
Yeah, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
I don't want to make fun of anybody who's got mental problems.
No. God,
Yeah.
no, except for your brother.
Well,
Who loves
they're
John
not
Cena.
problems. They're
They're fixed now. We know what to do. Yeah. We shot him out back behind the barn. Okay, stop. No, Australia was phenomenal to do a film down there, and also, honestly, there was a couple of moments that woke me up of like, I can't believe this is my life that I get to do this. Like, I cannot believe I get to do this. I mean, it was a little, surreal, and then it flew by, even though it was 2.5 months or whatever, and you do have to view it like that, right? Like, I love the time. I hope it's good. If it's not, it's okay. I still had a fun time. You're taking shots. Movies are impossible. Comedy movies particularly are impossible.
Do you care if it does well or not? Like you.
Well, here's
Is it
what's
like-
really ironic about that. It doesn't benefit me anymore. So it does in a social setting, right? In terms of like my career, I want to work in more comedy, film, and television because I really enjoy it, and that would help you propel forward. But financially, no. I mean, you get a baby little check these days.
Yeah.
The money goes to the big dogs. You make almost no money, and then, if the movie crushes, I don't get any more money. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So I wanted to do well culturally. Yes.
Right.
I want people to go, that was funny. You were good at it.
Right.
It was funny. I liked it. Or even if they hate the movie, they go, oh, I like some of your scenes. Your scenes were good.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm at. I know that's a little selfish, but that's the truth is like, if it gets, it might not even make it to the theaters. Amazon's deciding whether they're going to put it in the theaters or going to keep online because of what's going on in our business right now. Is crazy.
I wonder though, like
It's it's a theater film without a doubt.
go see it in the theaters.
If it's there, no. If it gets to the theaters, they might pull it out. They don't know.
That's crazy that there would be a movie with you three guys and they wouldn't put it in the theater. But I guess now people don't go to the movies, right?
Not as much as they used to.
Yeah.
And also no one cares. Nobody gives a shit. They'll buy it from their house and everyone has a home theater.
Right.
Remember when a flat screen was like $80,000? Now they're like $75 at Whole Foods. I mean, it's like anybody can get a nice TV now, and people want to sit on their couch. I think movie experience is better. I like going to the theater.
Right.
I enjoy when me and my wife go. I get like getting popcorn and hanging out and sneaking into a little theater late at night. I really like the world. I don't know what it is. I enjoy being in this room, feeling the energy of the movie.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't, but I hope we get back into the theater and then, hopefully it's good. They tested it. They just tested it four to five different times.
And how did it
Tested
do?
really well, but who knows what that even means.
And what's the demographic that they tested it for?
Pete Farrelly did it. You know who that is? He's the guy. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Pete Farrelly did it, which was great. I mean, that was
that's incredible.
like the reason I did it.
I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I mean, you
seriously.
also did it because it was a movie and they wanted you to do it.
No, Pete was the reason I did the movie.
Oh, you wouldn't have done it if it wasn't him?
Well, I mean, if you
I
want
didn't
the
know you
inside
were that
baseball,
fucking. That would be ball. I mean, that
No.
would be what if you just turned it down. You go, I only do movies that Pete Farley directs.
well, what happened to the truth really is, I'll give you the long story. It's boring, but it's not funny, but it's true. It's
We'll spice it up.
all right, so I was down in Puerto Rico doing coke with this girl that I was seeing.
Okay, now we're talking.
I got a
yeah.
script sent to me on the island.
Yeah.
And after I slit the throat of one of my enemies, I read this script. I got the script 10 years ago from a friend of a friend before I was even considered in the business to get scripts. So I got it from a kid who was working in production. It's like, you would love this script. I read the story. It was one of the best scripts I'd ever read. And I mean that. Like, genuinely, I was like, this is so funny. It was so funny. And I can give you the overarching story is these guys, these three best friends, they've used an alibi their whole life to lie to their girlfriends and parents and wives and moms and dads to get out of stuff. And now the time has come for them to, the families are like, we want to meet this guy, this alibi. You keep saying, like, you're going to Tahoe for his children's event, and you're going to a charity event in the Bahamas, when really they've been using this as a scapegoat to go have fun their whole lives, these three best friends. And so now the time is up. They need to show who the alibi is. And so they hire a lunatic to play their alibi. And the rest is chaos.
But it was hilarity ensues.
It's a great, And so they hire a lunatic to like masquerade as one of their best friends. And,
Who plays that?
Cena.
Cena's that guy.
Yeah, it's me, Jermaine Fowler, and Zac Efron.
Good old Jermaine Fowler.
Yeah, me,
Great guy.
Jermaine Fowler, and Efron are our three best friends.
Great cast.
Yeah, it's great, man. And then
I love Jermaine Fowler. One of the good guys I've met
he's
in
the
this
man.
business. Yeah.
We had so much fun, man.
It's just a good
It's
human
nice to have
being.
another comic there too. It helped have a comedian. Because I don't know, there's something about you immediately gravitate to comedians.
There is. There's a brokenness to us.
Well, you just know that they know that we know that I know that we're there. That we're both in the same.
Yeah.
We both feel the same kind of
We're
anxiety.
here. We're not. We're thinking about the funny thing.
Right. We're trying to
be
make
liked.
this exactly. Yeah. We want to be self-serving, but also social pleasers, and try to be as funny as we can, but also so self-conscious. You're so self-conscious. Comics are so like in their own stupid head.
Yeah.
You say a joke on set, and you're like, is everyone gonna be mad at that? That made fun of Polish guys for 20 minutes. Are people gonna be mad at? But it just whatever. But anyway. Yeah, so they sent me the movie.
I made a joke about Polish guys.
Should I not say that? Yeah,
It's like, this guy just went on a fucking Polish guy tirade. Santino's on set.
Who changed these lights? A Polish guy? He keeps going back to
20
it.
minutes on Polish guys.
No, but I read it. I loved it. And then years later, I met with Pete. I asked Pete Farley's. I asked my agent if I could meet with him. This is a true story. It's crazy. I asked if I could meet with him. And every friend I've had over the years, I've sent them the script. I go, you have to read the script. It's so funny. And I have no business like sending scripts. I couldn't get anything. I just loved it, so I sent it to friends for fun. Yeah. And I said, can I take a meeting with Pete Farley? And Pete had maybe heard of me through the fringe of Comedy World years ago. Yeah. And he said yes. He took a meeting, and I was like, I would slit a throat to be one of those friends in that movie. And he was like, we're gonna work on it together one day. We'll try, And then time had passed. Time has passed. And out of the blue, kind of, I ran into him at a charity event, and Larry David was there, and I had just done Curb. And Larry
which was a while ago, which was a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, 4 years ago. And then he kind of vouched for me.
Yeah.
A little bit. Larry was like, hey, he was like, good to see you. He's like, oh, so funny, da-da-da. And I think that like, I don't know, like helped a little bit in a weird way. And then Pete was like, we're going to make that movie. And I was like, yeah, right on. I hope so. It had been years and years and years. It had been shelved. The original version was written for Jim Carrey to play Ricky Stenicki, who John Cena plays. But now Jim, not interested in the project.
He doesn't want to do movies anymore.
He doesn't want to do anything. No, he wants to paint.
He says, I have enough.
He wants to paint and get political.
Yeah.
So that's his thing now. So Cena was assigned to it. I'm sorry, I'm skipping forward. But after this charity event, he's at the bar and he's drinking with me. And he's like, I'm serious. We're going to make the movie. And I said, okay. I've heard this a million times. Like, we can't wait to work with you. And I hope to work with you. And I said, well, maybe I'll get an audition. And then a year goes by and another year goes, whatever. Oh, we're still working on it. I checked in with him one time. And then I went to Paris from here with like Schultz and a bunch of these goons for this thing that we did, this event that we...
Was that the fashion comedy?
Yeah, exactly. And I landed in New York and I was at the airport and Pete, I got a phone call, an out of the country phone call, and it was from Pete Farley. And he was like, I need you to come to Australia and do this movie. Because originally, they called me about auditioning for the role, putting myself on tape. I kind of jumped forward, but I said no. I didn't want to do it with the tape because the character was not me. And it genuinely wasn't.
Right.
The script had changed 5, 7, 8 drafts later.
Right.
And then the character was like this kind of hippy-dippy man bun, holistic, soul-filled, kind of grassroots, dirty fingernails guy, and when I was like, I don't think this is me. I don't even think I can do it, genuinely. And I called my agent and I said I tried, and it was stupid. Every time I did it, I was like, I look like an idiot, and I'm not funny. It didn't sound funny when I said stuff in the character. I found myself to be corny, so I literally let it go. As weird as that sounds, I was like, I don't think I can do it. I was like, it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. I know. I think they know who they want anyway. That's what I was. So I said they might as well just give it to the guy who's the hippy dippy, cool, funny. I don't even know who that is, but it wasn't me. And then Pete called, and they had casted someone else. And he told me that. He said, I just want to let you know, we casted someone else. I love you, but we can't go back to the well now.
Casted?
Yeah, they casted someone else. They cast someone else. They cast someone.
Sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but
no, but you did.
I did do it. Yeah.
And then
sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I get what you needed to do. When you got an OtterBox that big on your phone, I get it. You got to be bigger than everyone else, better than everyone else. I get it. You're gonna drop it that much. So here's the deal.
And I'm usually the one that says stuff like that.
No, you're right, but you're right. They cast someone else.
So
they cast this guy. They casted this other guy. And he ended up not being able to do it, which is crazy.
Why? You killed him.
I think it was a personal thing.
Oh, that'd be funny. That would be a great movie. You killed the guy for the role you wanted.
That I wanted, but I didn't get, but I turned down. But I initially kind of said no in a weird way that I didn't want to put myself on tape.
So he couldn't do it?
Yeah, something happened with his family. Something fell through. And then Pete called and was like, can you be to Australia? And I said, when? He's like, in 4 days. So I literally had to fly back to LA after doing another day in New York, packed one day, kissed a lady, got on a flight, and went to Australia. I mean, it was an overnight. It was a whirlwind. It was like I had a mental breakdown on the third day because I kind of was overwhelmed. I didn't really realize what happened. I hadn't been home before that. Also,
because it all happened so quick.
But I hadn't been home in like a month.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah.
So I hadn't been home in like 4 months.
Right.
So my ticker was off. So I literally was in my hotel and I had a mental crack, big time.
Ooh, tell me about it.
It just hit me.
I've had a few of those.
Dude, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
I know, I've seen some of them. You put them up online. See, I don't do that. I just save it for myself.
Yeah.
No, I was sitting in my hotel room.
That's the benefit of being Irish. You keep it, you fucking push it down. Yeah,
push it
push it down with every fucking,
Yeah.
it's like booze, pour booze on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting in my hotel and I was eating and I was staring at the river, the Great Yarra River, out my window. And I realized that I was all alone. Like it would hit me like I was like, I'm so alone. I'm around the world. If something happens to someone I love, I'm nowhere near them. I am all alone. It was the creepiest feeling I'd ever had. I was so far. The flight takes an entire day, and I was alone in my hotel room. Jermaine, who I don't really know that well, he wasn't even there yet. They were coming a day later, 2 days later. Mm-hmm. I didn't meet really anybody from the cast. I'd wandered around Melbourne for 2 days by myself.
So you just felt like just a heavy loneliness.
Because I was supposed to be studying and reading up for the character because we were about to start shooting.
Right.
So it was like you have to start like really getting into it because there's so many notes and changes, and we were 3 days away from starting our first scene.
Yeah.
And they have to do a makeup test and wardrobe, and it's like you're kind of like you're like go, and then you sit in your hotel room and you're like I don't even know how I got here.
Can I tell you what happened? I think I know what happened. No. No.
Dad?
No. Seriously, I think what happened is first of all, you were alone. So, you're across the world. You're tired.
It's exhausting.
You're a little burnt out. Also, you have performance anxiety. Oh my God, I got to learn all this stuff, something new. So you have a little bit of an adjustment disorder thing going on, and you have a damaged childhood. And so that feeling that you have is from childhood.
Yeah.
That happens to me. And now I know, I'm like, oh, that's from there.
Well, you know what it is? I don't want to let anybody, you're afraid of letting people down.
Yeah.
You have this overwhelming
Which you do
thing.
a lot. Yeah.
That's why I did. That's why I showed up late to this podcast. I was hoping you'd cancel. I was like, let him make me let him down.
You were like, I'm still 45 minutes out. I was like, I'm still here.
I go, look, dude, I'm going to land in Newark in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm not in New York yet, but I could be there maybe in 3 days. I'm like, that's good. You're like, I might as well do it. God damn it.
You're afraid of letting people down. That's what life is, really. Yeah. I think when you're.
And have you let anybody down?
Yeah, constantly. Albanese. I never called him back. He called me one time and I never called him back.
About that, yeah.
He did.
Tell everybody about that.
I've always been a loyalist to this guy.
Yeah.
Is
that why you said Mike Albanese who?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, who? Who is he?
Is he a baseball guy?
What did I really
my
say?
name down so that he would remember.
What did I really say?
He really said, he goes, look, he's not a good comic, but I remember who he is.
Give him one. Give him one real one.
Honestly, I'm just joking, of course. That's what we do with guys. He did know exactly who you were, and he was
I
like,
said, I love
that
guy.
Yeah, we've known each other for years.
Yeah,
long
he said
time.
that. He goes, I love that guy.
Like, what, 10, 12 years ago in Atlanta or some shit like that?
Yeah, on the road, in the darkness of the road.
I can see it in your fucking eyes.
Well, you know what it is? I like men.
Yeah, you
I
do.
really like men.
Is that what's...
When I meet a guy that I like,
Yeah.
I might become a real good friend.
Yeah, you like guys.
I've always been a guy's guy.
Dude,
Isn't that funny that the term guy's guy does sound kind of gay? I'm a guy's guy.
I'm a guy's guy.
I'm not a girl's guy. I'm a guy's guy.
I like
I want to hang with guys. I want to sleep with guys. I mean, like sleep over with guys. I want to be at bars with guys. I want to be on vacation with guys.
Yeah.
I want to be with men.
Are trans women women?
Man, I didn't know. Is this Matt Walsh's podcast? Tell me what is a woman.
What is a woman?
Tell me what is a woman.
Yeah.
The way he does it too. The way he's so stern. You know what I'm talking about, Matt Walsh.
I know exactly who you're talking
He's
about.
so stern about it. The way he is almost feels like that's a character.
Yeah.
Even though I know that's who he is.
Yeah.
But because he's so matter of fact and staunch, and I don't think I've ever seen him smile ever once. It feels like he might be doing a bit. In fact, I do feel like a piece of me would think he is a savant if this was all kind of a bit.
There's no question that kid has taken a little peek at third gender pornography.
Come on,
I mean,
of
there's
course.
no question.
The way if you're so adamant about hating the community,
And
there's a
you
piece
like
that
it.
goes, What is it about it? What is it about it?
A little something extra.
What is it?
Are we doing something different tonight?
It's research.
Yeah, research.
Yeah.
I'm researching what I don't want in my life.
I can't wait.
Plus, it's a write-off. you know?
Yeah, that's right.
This
Yeah,
is
the
for
government.
work.
Yeah, my internet bill is.
I just want him to get caught with just a trans woman in a motel room. They both got like Darth Vader helmets on.
Who was that got
And
caught
they're
with the
doing
trans woman at?
They're doing a fake sword fight. Just meow, meow.
Who got caught with the trans woman at a? Who was that?
A few. Ronaldo, Ronaldo, Eddie Murphy.
No, Eddie. Eddie's the one.
Eddie Murphy.
Because Eddie would
he
be
said
the.
I was giving her a lift.
Yeah, right.
He said I was giving her a
Yeah, he was
lift.
picking her up and putting her on his dick. No, that's one of the,
she was putting him on her dick.
he feels like one of those guys that would be staunch about being like, nah, man, I don't fuck with that. That shit is nasty. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how you'd catch him.
Yeah. Well, how you caught him?
But that's how that. But it's almost like they wanted to be caught because when you're adamant about being like, I don't like those people. It's like I can't wait to see you with one soon. Like it's coming.
That's never not true.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
otherwise the anger doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
It's like when somebody
People don't even care about other people in the street. You care that much about what someone's doing? It's
weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, because I don't care about anybody. You on the walk
weird.
up here, those people are all living their lives. Don't care about any of their personal business.
And look, I don't want drag queens reading to my little daughter, but not because I love drag queens, but it's
just because most of them are illiterate. You heard it here first.
No, because
I don't want them reading when they can't read.
It's a nightclub act. It does have sexual innuendo. I don't want comedians around my kid.
Yeah, that's
true. I would rather drag queens around my kid than fucking Aaron Berg.
Stand-ups.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, does drag.
He does drag too.
Aaron,
you know. And hey, here's the deal. I do drag. I make jokes in drag.
I was just gonna say you are.
Yeah,
you are a drag queen.
So, but I wouldn't want
Well,
drags.
Aaron would also only read Mein Kampf to his kid. That's really all he would do.
That would be a big problem.
You know what's, guys? It's a good book. Stop shredding it apart.
Drags a little, but
That part
so
of-
does the movie Magnolia. It starts strong though.
That scene in Succession where he asks him, he's like, "Have you ever read Mein Kampf?" And he's like, once or twice." And he's like, "Once or twice." The way he responds is so once or twice. Ah, okay. He goes, "Was there Easter eggs in there you didn't catch the first time?" I thought that was so good. That dude, that show.
I started watching it now. I got to just keep going.
It's phenomenal.
I've heard it's the best show ever made.
It's probably, truthfully, it's probably one of the best comedies I've ever seen, even though it's not a comedy. It's probably
Yeah.
one of the best comedy. Have you watched it?
It's unbelievable.
It's one of the best comedy television shows I've ever seen because the comedy that is in it is stunningly funny.
Yeah.
And it's not. Most of it's heavy-handed drama, anxiety-ridden, well, what will happen, what will happen, what will happen. But the comedy moments like that are
Tom and Greg have such
unbelievable.
Such
I mean,
good moments.
unbelievable. Dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The way he does that dance is nuts because it is real guys. Like I've met these guys, these like super, super rich, unaware. I don't know how to explain it. They're like a different species of human. They communicate differently. They talk.
It's an arrogance, like a confidence and arrogance.
But it's above that
comes-
too. It's just
Yeah.
it's their chemicals are different. Like their actual chemical makeup must be different because they don't see people like people.
They're psychopaths.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But it's
They're unencumbered by humanity.
yeah, but they painted them perfectly on that show. Like you believe every second of those people. That
Yeah.
you're like, man, these are all humans that talk this way. Like
Yeah.
if you've seen it in public once or you've met a very wealthy family,
Yeah. I have, and I know exactly
it's so
what it is.
real.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's-
that's so exactly how they talk.
No, they look at us like
Well, like I remember when I had a rich kid friend, whatever. I've had friends over the years growing up, like we grew up pretty normal, like regular. We never really had. We didn't have nothing, but we didn't have a ton. We were doing fine. And then I'd meet kids that like would be like, you guys don't ever go on ski trips? And they would ask it like, what do you mean? Doesn't everybody go on a ski trip in the winter?
Right.
And you're like, the passiveness of that means that wealth has been there since the beginning of time.
Right.
Like, of course people do these things. And then you start to realize when they speak to you and
your family did what?
We never took of it. We went to Wisconsin.
All inclusive Cancun?
No, we're not. Were you
No.
kidding me? We never got Cancun. Holy shit. No, we'd go to Wisconsin to what's called the Wisconsin Dells.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
basically like a glorified local Six Flags.
Now I know why you drink. Jesus.
I never had it like that.
Vacationed in Wisconsin.
I sometimes, I think once in a, like we would go to Florida every few years. Florida
Okay.
was basically like big deal. You
So
know what I
grew
mean?
up like middle. That's a very middle class vacation, Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. We
Yeah.
grew up like regular. Like I said, we didn't have nothing. We did not have a ton. It was
Yeah.
like we were fine.
We didn't have anything. Just
No,
no nothing.
we didn't have nothing. People like me talk like
Technically,
that. People like us talk like that.
blacks,
Excuse me.
Chinese.
Chinese.
Sorry. Yeah.
Call back.
Yeah.
No, we just didn't. It's Florida. Florida was vacation if we went out, or we would go where family is. That's another middle class thing to do. Where we went to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, because North Carolina is where all the family is.
Right.
They can all get there easy.
Now
That's what middle class people do. They go to a place where they either know somebody.
Yeah.
So it's a convenience factor of seeing family.
Yeah.
Or Florida.
or Florida.
Yeah, Florida's middle class heaven.
So what's it like, this rags to riches story of Andrew Santino?
Not rags.
Because now you have it all.
I would say robes to riches.
Robes to riches.
Yeah, I wore
Yeah.
a robe. I had a robe.
Now I
I don't have much. I have enough. I have enough now to the moment I realized I was okay was when I didn't look at prices of food how I used to.
Yeah.
Like if I see an expensive thing on a menu, it doesn't scare me like it used to fucking scare me. I used to
Right.
get in a tailspin like I can't pay for it. I can't.
see like a duck confit and you just have
Didn't
a
even know how to
didn't even
say that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't know how to say it.
You didn't say it. You
That's like my mom. I said chicken paillard at
Wow.
dinner, and she goes,
Yeah.
"What? I don't know what that is." And I said, "We got chicken paillard in Chicago. They beat it thin and they bread it."
Yeah.
And she goes, "I don't know what that. I've never heard of that in my life."
Yeah.
And it made me laugh. She goes, "What's chicken paillard?"
Yeah.
I said, "Chicken paillard. You know what that is? Beaten thin."
So you
Schnitzel.
You've gone from this uncultured Chicago
Oh, I was
pasty
cultured. I was cultured.
to now you're in a movie with John Cena.
John Cena and I
the great thespian
drinking
John
Guinness.
Cena.
Drinking Guinness.
Drinking Guinness. You've been a fucking with Schultz. Why is his haircut like he's in Peaky Blinders? I haven't asked him.
You know what he is? He's
What's
really
he
on a
doing?
Shawshank Redemption. Last night
Is
he was
in a
wearing a
movie?
prison shirt.
Is that for a movie role?
I think his life is a movie, so yeah, I think this is the role. The role of his
the
life.
camera is going. But I mean, what is going on? Did he stick a bowl over his head and just cut the sides?
You know what it was? I think he went to one of those black barber shops and they started and he got nervous and he left. Get you a fade right quick, and then they quit on him.
Yeah, because that's what happened.
He probably said the wrong thing. You know what I mean?
It's not for a role.
Honestly, I don't think
didn't
so.
ask?
No, I mean he had it
Yeah.
3 weeks ago in Phoenix.
I think it was for a role, and he just kept it.
And he kept it.
I don't think it was.
think it was like a
think he'll tell you
timepiece.
it was.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
a choice he made for the role.
Yeah, I go like, what is going on? Is he? I'm like, he must be in Peaky Blinders sequel.
But here's the deal.
and he's got the little fucking 30s mustache too.
Yeah,
I fucking love Schultz.
he can take
does
the
what
shot.
he wants.
He can take the shot.
Yeah, he does what he fucking wants.
That's a confident guy.
Yeah.
Because he is married, secure, doesn't really care what people think.
Yeah.
That's
And
why he continues to flourish in his own little way. He stays in his own lane.
Yeah.
You get a haircut like that, it's over.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over. They're making you leave New York.
I can't do anything like that. Yeah. No, here's the thing. If I get
Also,
hair,
that kid has such thick, luscious hair. When people have too much hair, they can do whatever they want with
Yeah.
it. They can do whatever. He's got great hair. He could shave it. It'd be grown in an hour and a half.
yeah, he does have great hair.
Keep this going. This is great.
Dan Soder's got hair
I'm
plugs.
having a blast.
Yeah, but you know what?
He called them hair. He called them his hair tits, and I thought that was really funny.
Hair tits is
Hair
good.
tits.
Hair tits is really good.
Does red hair get gray, or does it stay?
It stays this way until one day it just goes white. My grandmother had ghost white hair.
Do you have red hair in your ass crack and under, like by
Yeah, you
on
wanna
your
see?
balls?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
You ask about it, you're gonna get it.
Jesus Christ!
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Holy shit!
I really
Yeah.
regret putting his close up
Oh
on
my
that one.
God!
This is what mom and dad were doing upstairs when you were sleeping.
I liked it.
You see what I mean?
fucking hate that I liked it. I know what your asshole looks
It's
like now.
bright red.
Here's the deal.
But it's clean, wasn't it?
Clean as fuck.
Very
dude.
clean.
I
keep
couldn't
it clean.
do that right now. I
Do you
don't
know
have the
why?
confidence.
You know what my secret is? Everybody knows, man. Baby wipes for life. I travel with them. I never leave home
I go
without
witch
baby.
hazel.
You
I
do.
take a little witch hazel. I pat it on a little toilet paper.
I baby wipe. I travel with baby wipes. I refuse to live without them now. I have a carton of Cottonelle in my garage.
I can't get your asshole out of my fucking mind's eye right now.
I've heard that before.
It opened up.
I've heard
and
that before.
I saw it.
When I lived in West Hollywood, I heard that a lot.
I can tell you're not. It's never been penetrated.
No chance.
Yeah, mine is grizzled.
You've been tickled. You'll let your wife put a finger in there. I do know.
Ugh.
Yeah,
mine looks like it's mine's it's more than a finger that's been in there.
Nothing's ever been up near mine. Neither has he. I can tell he's the kind of guy that wouldn't even let you even remotely. It's like you can't even fly over. You know what I mean? It's like DC. You can't directly fly over any of those buildings.
You'd be shocked.
Yeah, you'll be. Yeah.
When you're my size, you got to keep it. You
got to keep. Really
clean, tight, nice and tidy.
No, I'm saying you don't let anyone enter. Nobody's been up there. No one's even been near it.
Sure.
They think it exists, but no one's seen it.
Wildly untrue.
Wow, you've had stuff up there.
Not up there, but they've been buzzing around.
I used to put G.I. Joe figures.
They've done
in my
some
ass
crop
when I was in
dusting
the
around
bathtub.
there.
Go on.
I did. I was a young kid, and I would put them in, and I'd hang it. It would hang out, and I'd run. And I did that at parties too.
I
would do that
to
at
this
parties.
day? Yeah.
No, not till this day. But when I became a comedian. I was always that guy. I wanted attention.
You always the guy that put stuff in his
ass? I didn't
ass?
have bits. But I always was the guy who would use I would put a G.I. Joe figure like this
in your
one
ass.
arm, and then I would run. And I would try to see if I could hold it.
Funny.
And people would laugh.
Was it the one with the parachute? Then you pop them out and they just float down?
So funny.
They had the arms.
Little
so
shit shoot coming out.
Now, here's another thing I did when I was curious.
I never wanted to put stuff in my butt because
What are you, fucking gay?
One time I had such bad constipation as a kid and it hurt.
I don't believe a thing
and
you
it
say.
tore my ass, and I think that's lived with me forever. I had such bad constipation because I probably wasn't drinking water or anything, and then when it came out, it ripped my piece of my ass, and it probably was the worst pain I've ever had.
So what you're basically saying is you want something in your ass. What stopped you is the pain from the constipation, but you wanted it before that.
No.
So then why did that stop you? Why did you need to be stopped? No, I caught you.
Because the good Lord wanted me to.
I'm no fucking Carl Jung, but I caught you.
Because Jesus Christ wanted me to stay a clean, healthy young man.
You heard him right. He goes, you know what stopped me? He goes, what stopped me is it hurt one time when the constipation started. So before that, you were going like,
let me put stuff in there.
And then you use the excuse of that.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the Lord did it.
You got to test it out to see if you like it.
No thanks.
You've never given yourself the gay test, put on gay porn to see if you liked it?
No.
I will say...
No, that's not from a masculine thing. I have no interest.
You don't do that?
No, I don't have interest. It's like a cruise ship. I don't have interest.
You're in Hollywood.
People like it, but I don't... It's not for me.
You've never questioned your sexuality once?
No.
Never?
No.
You're a fucking guy.
No, but it's just, I don't know. Men, you know what it really is? Guys gross me out. I mean, really.
Guys are gross.
Well, you're disgusting. He's fucking gross. We're gross. I love you as people.
Isn't it crazy that
but you turn me off as humans. I don't find anything attractive about you.
Right. And there's nothing, isn't it crazy that gay guys do? That's how you know they don't choose it.
That's right.
In order to be attracted to a hairy guy,
a man, gross,
a man with hairy legs, you got to be like, you can't make that choice.
Makes me question straight women.
Yeah.
Like,
I do question them still.
Any woman that says, "Oh, I'm into your type," I'm like, "You're despicable."
Yeah, guys are gross. Do we smell?
Disgusting.
You know what my underwear smells like? When I take my underwear off, it smells.
You know what bothers me the most about men?
Balls.
Their gait.
What do you mean?
The way men walk.
Oh yeah, like
that's unattractive to
Yeah.
me. The way men walk looks cumbersome and uncomfortable and gross. Women float.
Yeah.
Men stampede. Like we look stupid and ugly. It's like I couldn't be attracted to something that looks stupid. Even a smart guy walks like an idiot.
Right.
That's the thing. Women are cognizant of their presence. Men are so conscious of their being.
Right.
So, like we said about the makeup.
Right.
It's fine. We don't care because this is just bones.
Right.
We don't give a shit.
Right.
You don't really care. The only part of vanity that makes you want to be skinnier in shape is so you can feel better when someone else sees you.
Right.
You don't really give a shit.
Right.
I don't really care if I'm in good shape.
Right.
I want someone else to go, yeah, you look good.
Right.
That's it.
That's why gay guys take care of themselves so well.
Better than anybody I've ever seen.
Because they got that little kind of chickish vibe about them.
I got these two buddies that are they have the same they have a skincare routine that he said he wanted to put me on.
Yeah.
And both these guys look like they're 24 years old. They're 40, and but they're also happy, so they don't have sad lines.
Right.
Like you have sad lines. I have sad lines.
Right.
It's hit us.
It's hit.
It's hit us.
Reality is
to beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, it's really hit
Instead
us.
of dicks in my face, it's pain and sadness. If a couple of dicks hit you, you might smile more.
Dude, it's a happier. My brother's gay. It's a happy existence.
I know. Trust Trust
mean,
me.
he
I bet
goes-
you he's stoked about life.
He goes to fucking Portugal. He goes to Greece. He's
Hey,
having a great
We know
time.
he goes to Portugal and Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already said he was gay.
He's gay. Yeah.
That's like Israel. They give you a ticket when you're gay to go to Portugal. That's birthright for a gay
It's
guy.
true.
Is to go to south of Spain.
Yeah.
They send you a ticket in the mail. We heard you were gay. One free trip to Portugal and the south of
It
Spain.
comes with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a part of the deal. That's part of the gig, you know?
So you're sitting there in the hotel room alone.
I had a mental crack.
You had a mental crack. What got you out of it?
I think my mom. I probably called my ma. I probably waited till they were awake, and I called and just had to have a talk
Called
with her.
your ma?
Yeah, my ma.
Mother.
My ma.
Mom.
M.A. We say
Okay.
M.A. where I'm
Oh,
from.
Okay.
Yeah. My ma.
Okay.
Ma. When
Ma.
you yell, you don't go, Mom.
No, I go,
We say mother.
I go, narcissistic bitch who ruined me.
And then your dad goes,
Feels
yes.
good to say. It really does feel good to say.
No, I love
I've
my
been doing a
mother.
lot of good work in
My
therapy.
mother's, your mother's, she hurt you.
My mother was rough.
That's
My
why
mother was
you're,
rough.
that's why you are the way you
There's a lot of reasons why I'm here.
are. But it's interesting because you're,
But that's a big one.
That's
My
a
mother was
heavy
a
one.
rough. Yeah, it was
but
rough.
your father was not.
In different ways. But, look, it was a different time. I'm trying to understand and forgive him. But look, my mom lived under Nazi occupation during her formative years for 4 years. My dad fought in a war.
So you guys had a clean house,
was responsible for the hundreds of deaths of human beings. We had a clean house.
Clean house.
We had a clean house.
Nazi rule, and then your dad fought.
In Korea, yeah. So they were traumatized. It's a different generation. We can't.
Your dad wasn't in the Korean War.
My dad was in the Korean War.
How young was he? 19?
No, my dad died a couple years ago when he was 91.
Yeah, but
So
I was saying when he
had
was in the
me-
war when he had to been
No, he was in early 20s or late. Yeah,
21, 22 at the most.
Yeah, 21, 22.
That's what
something
I was
like
saying.
that.
He was
yeah.
a child. Yeah,
He was a child, yeah.
Because my grandfather fought in the Korean War.
Yeah, my dad had me when he was 48. Wow. So he had me like close to 50.
Did we end up winning that thing, by the way?
We did. We held the line. We held the line.
I say that to Bobby all the time. He goes,
Yeah,
we
dude.
fought on the same side. I go, so you think?
Yeah.
We'll see what the future holds.
Yeah.
My grandfather was the Korean War.
Because of the Korean War, Bobbies can be Bobby.
That's exact. Trust me, I know.
If not, then it would
Makes me
involve
wish
North
that the
Korea.
other side took it.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have to deal with them anymore. No, but I think I called my mom. I think I called my mother. I mean, I called a bunch of people, and I talked to as many people as I could.
What's your mom's name? Oh, you don't want to say it on the podcast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Mrs. Santino.
No.
No.
No, because that's me. I'm biological. Is Santino. She's remarried.
Mrs. Pyeongchang. You're Chinese, so it's Mrs.
Pyeongchang. Pyeongchang. It's the city we're from. Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang.
Yeah, Pyeongchang. She
said,
she said stop being such a bitch. That's
yeah,
what she said.
Tiger moms will do that.
Nah, she said the real. She was like,
made you
I
learn
get it.
violin.
It sucks. You're fine. It's all right. You're gonna. You know what my mom used to say that pissed me off, but now I find it's humbling. If I ever had like a big issue or I was going through something, she would always go, "It's gonna be okay." And it's like, what an annoying phrase I used to hate to hear, but now. The simplicity was right. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fine. I think about that with everything. It's gonna be okay. Whatever, man. I don't know. The world is not. The world is all upside down anyway. Everyone's trying, figuring it out, and then it's all gonna be okay. And if it's not, it doesn't matter. So it is anyway. I guess the idea is, even if it's not okay, it is okay.
I want to throw my hat in the ring. Let me tell you something. I like talking about this stuff. If you ever are feeling blue, give me a call.
I would love to.
I'll talk to you for hours.
Yeah, you know what it
I
was?
love that stuff.
I like it too because I get philosophical.
It's the only real talks where people have.
Yeah, when you're like, I got to talk to you. I
gotta
got
talk to someone. I'm feeling some pain. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, only because I felt yeah, you just feel isolated. And when you start a new project, again, you don't want to let somebody down, and you feel like, man, I got to do fucking good. I don't want to walk into this thing and then think that I'm not that good.
Yeah.
And then you start to go, you're not that good.
Right.
And imposter syndrome takes over, and you're like, you're fine, you're whatever. And then at some point, you get in it just like stand-up. The moment you say a joke, the moment I do the first scene, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'll never
Right.
feel, you don't feel it anymore. Then the rest of the shoot, you feel fine. But you're not nervous. I always say, people go, oh, you're nervous to go on stage? No. I'm anxious.
Right.
The anxiety is ruling my brain going, you got to fucking do the thing. You're good. You've really prepared. You have to do the thing that you're good at.
It's like being an athlete. They have anxiety before a game. It's the closest thing to being an athlete, what we do. It's performance-based.
100%.
And we're judged on how we perform.
But it's not nervous. Nervousness was a feeling.
Anxiousness, yeah.
Yeah, anxiousness. Because when people say nervous, I'd be nervous in front of 4,000 people. You're like, it's not nerves.
Yeah.
Because nerves, to me, nerves can get in the way of ability. I think anxiety, in an ironic way, fuels ability.
It focuses you.
Yeah, 100%. It makes you stronger in a weird way. It's almost like a creepy superpower. When my anxiety is running at its highest, I probably have my best performance.
Me too. when I'm too comfortable and I'll bomb. It happened to me recently.
It's so funny
I was
when you're
feeling
too comfy,
great,
you're
and I
eating
just
shit.
bombed. Yeah,
You do.
I just fucking bombed.
Because
you're not focused on reading the room or figuring things out. The anxiety, you don't care.
Right.
So you went up there and you're like, I feel great, and it's like I literally bombed.
That's why I hate in stand up when comics act like they don't care, and that's a part of their act.
Yeah.
Because it shows, and I know people enjoy this thing sometimes when people pretend that they don't care. But as a comedian, I hate it because I'm like, but why would you not care? That doesn't make sense. You did all this effort to be here and to do it. I don't get it. I don't get it is what I'm saying. And there's a handful of comics that do the I don't give a shit thing. And it's like, I mean, you do. So what's the bit here?
Yeah.
Even guys that have like a lower and slower cadence or vibe, they still care, like Attell.
Yeah.
He's very low and he's kind of like he's like very like deep in it, but he cares.
Right.
But there is a vibe of comics sometimes. They do this I don't give a fuck thing. And you're
Right.
like...
Well, if you're going to not give a fuck, you better have jokes like David Tell.
But even still, he doesn't have that. So you know what I'm saying?
But
Like
that's what I'm
nobody...
saying. Like,
there's
if
no
you're-
one that's big that does I don't give a fucking one. It doesn't exist.
Right.
It's like every time Louis on stage, you could tell he gives a shit.
Yeah,
even if he's really feeling it and trying to get in underneath it.
Right.
You're like, no, he gives a shit. This
Right.
is just a way that he's doing it.
Right.
Who's your least favorite comic? Go. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
You.
Oh, dude. I knew it. I actually knew it.
No, least favorite comic.
I know. Don't do that. I'm teasing. Who's your... You know what? How about this? Let's give some love.
No, I want to answer it.
No. Who do you think is an underrated comic that you really think is good that no one really pays much
I love
mind
this
to?
positive. Your positivity. I think you're doing a lot of work with yourself.
You know why?
Yeah, positivity.
Because
Positivity is just so much better. Not as fun.
no, it's fun because then we can make fun of the guy that you give a compliment to.
Listen, do you want to have a plate full of vegetables, or do you want to have a nice whiskey and go have a naughty night?
Give me a whiskey.
Okay. I don't have any, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Who's a really underrated comic that I think people aren't talking about? Really underrated. I'm not going to say like unknown or young because that's different. Underrated.
Because I want to know. Sometimes I come to New York and I hear somebody go, "You've never seen this person?" And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Albany's, you got one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple.
Yeah.
There's, do you know Casey Balsham?
Yeah. What do you mean? I've known Casey Balsham for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's like way overlooked.
I've known her for a long
Her
time.
husband is great too.
Yeah, both are super
Yeah.
fantastic.
You're talking about Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie's
Yeah, they
great.
moved from LA. They left LA and found salvation out
But
here.
he's done like Conan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's not. I think he's a little bit more seen in that
Well,
sense.
he gets professional writing jobs
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she does too, I think. They had a
think here and
baby.
there, yeah.
Congratulations to Robbie Falk. I haven't
Congratulations
seen
to
those
them.
guys in a long time. They chased them out of LA and they're much happier out here.
Yeah, nobody's really underrated anymore. It's because it's like everyone's has their pages up and stuff, and people are getting views or whatever. So I don't know.
Right. You hate a
Yeah.
lot of it though. He texted me last night and he goes, I'm angry that I have to jerk off to Matt Rife crowd work videos. That's what he said. He goes, why do I come so fast?
God, kid is. He seems like a really nice guy too.
A handsome, sweet
Yeah,
kid, dude.
I'm.
I never seen somebody sell out a tour with 2 years.
I mean, he's
Dude,
really,
he sold out for like 2 years.
I know he's doing 8 radio cities, and I think he's.
And I'm begging-
I think he goes like, I need to stop. I don't think he was like, all right, that's. I think
He could do Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I think he was like, I need to.
I'm
stop.
begging fucking Bobby Lee to post once about Toronto, and the fucking idiot won't do it. It's like I can't beg. It's like, I literally, he was like, he told me, he's like, you see Matt Rife? Oh, well, he sold out. And I go, yeah, we would sell out more if you posted about it.
Right.
You lazy fucking asshole.
Right.
And we fight about it constantly. Me and that guy fight constantly about his lack of effort.
Do you think?
And he's
though,
my best friend. I
he's
love
the
him so
greatest.
much.
That's what bad friends works because you guys are bad friends. You're opposites.
I'll tell you why it works.
You like to get things done, and he
Doesn't do
is a
shit.
Asian kid.
No, who likes to get stuff done?
Who likes
He's
to
the
get
opposite of
stuff
Asian.
done.
We work because
I love that kid.
I'll tell you why we work because when we say something like mean or stupid or with the internet would be like that's racist or whatever, it's because there's love underneath it. When you say something that's could be controversial or whatever, and there's no love at all, everyone can smell it. It's like obvious with him and I really do. We really do get into really heavy fights for real.
Yeah.
But it's because we love each other. I mean, I love him to death.
Right.
But I do hate him. I hate him like a brother.
Because he's difficult.
Yeah, and I'm difficult to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm too analytical and nitpicky and anal. Do you know what I mean? I'm too over the top.
Right. Well, that's why it's a good combo.
Yeah.
And you guys both have a lot of talent. You're both funny. You can both.
I'm
riff.
very funny, yeah.
Yeah. He just kind of shows up and it's like, yeah.
He's floating
You open
through.
the fucking
You're right,
box
yeah,
and the
yeah.
puppet.
Look
comes
at these
out.
new pants. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
This guy.
But it's
No, he's incredible. And honestly, he's an incredible performer to be with on stage too. I know that I'm sounding like this is like a late night show, but honestly, dude, I've never had more fun in my entire life. When we do a show together, it's the most fun I've ever had. As a professional
That's
comedian,
incredible.
I've never had this much fun on my own.
Yeah.
Never had this much like, I don't know. I've never felt this kind of joy doing my own show. Then when me and that fucking guy are together, I can't explain it, man. It's just fun. It's just, I don't know. It's like it's like the days back in school when you it hurt to laugh and you're not supposed to laugh.
It's the best.
It feels like that every night.
That's
like we're gonna
incredible.
get in trouble for being so goofy.
Yeah.
You know, like they're gonna yell at us and the principal's gonna come in and they're gonna be like, he can't show his butthole. You can't do that. And you can't make fun of those kind of people anymore. You know what I mean? Like we feel like it's in the background somewhere, but it's the most free we've ever been.
That's incredible. And that's what it's
nuts.
all about, really.
Yeah, comedy should be so stupid. You know who I think is incredible? I went to go watch Sandler. He was in Detroit and we were in Detroit. And they were nice enough to let us, give us access and go backstage and see those guys. And he's the fucking best. And every time I see that guy, the thing I like about him the most as a performer is that he doesn't take himself that serious. And he's so good at not taking himself. Like he cares, not like we were talking about before. He does care, but he doesn't take himself serious where it looks corny or gross. It's like he knows that some of it's goofy, wackadoo nonsense. That's part of the fun. It's supposed to be. My old touring agent used to say, the biggest mistake that entertainers make is they forget to be entertaining. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, some guys think like my voice is fun enough. It's like, nah, they have to want to see you. They have to want to fucking see you. I hate when someone's like, I'm a great joke writer. How come no? It's like, well, are you someone that someone wants to see? A lot of people can write jokes. A lot of people can be a comedian, but are you someone people want to see? And I'm not saying, you got to fucking have fireworks and smoke, but you have to be, someone has to look at you and want to feel your presence.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Charisma. It's fun, yeah.
Sandler's got that in.
He's got the charisma.
To
It's
a
the
way
thing.
that's unexplainable.
It's talent. It's talent. You're born with it. I don't think you can really...
No, you can't manufacture
can't
that.
manufacture it. It's there.
And the machines
It's in
have
the
tried.
eyes.
It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
Because
You
people
can't.
see through it at some point. They go, nah.
And if you're having fun, it sounds like you're in a great place.
I think we're just having
Yeah,
fun. Me and the
you're-
kid are having fun.
I mean, it's the best.
It's so much work. It's a
Why would you
nightmare.
become a comedian to do something like that for just the job? Then it's like, might as well get a real job.
No.
It's like we have, it's fun. And that's when it's best anyway. That's
Yeah,
when
when
the
it's
comedy
fun.
is the best, is when you're really laughing
Yeah.
and having a good time.
No, I'm in a good place because I
Yeah.
feel, look, dude, I'll get morbid. I walk out and I look at the theaters every time we're done because I think I may never be here ever again. I may die or I may never get this opportunity again.
That's the sadness that comes with happiness.
100%.
Losing it.
100%.
Scared to lose it.
I'm not scared. No, I'm accepting. It's like
Yeah.
I may never play that theater again.
Yeah.
Kind of fucking great.
Yeah.
And I soak it up for a minute because fucking it's over at some point.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gonna go away.
perspective,
It's gonna
yeah.
go away. You're not gonna sell out theaters your whole life. You're not gonna play this or do. And I'm not gonna be with one of my best friends my whole life. This is not gonna last forever.
Right.
So the knowledge of that to me is comforting. And like, fuck it, who cares? It's it's amazing.
So you just start staring at the theater, and then
And then I have a breakdown. I have to call my ma.
you have to clear your mind. You just start hearing.
And I hear you
hello.
tapping on the other line and tell me to stop being such a
Stop being such a.
nah. Put an Albanese over it every time you say. Every
Just
time
put
you
an
say it.
Albanese over every time we say the F word. The great Andrew Santino.
Yes, babe.
Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you.
this.
I love seeing you so much.
Obviously-
I'm not going to see you tonight. You're not going to come out.
No, I got to go back to the old.
Don't say it.
family.
Don't say it.
I know it's a bad word. What are you doing tonight?
You have a pool at your house?
No. I
Do you have a
don't.
pool nearby in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Let your kids go swim in it and then look the other way.
Problem solved.
We had an LA inspector guy come to my house and literally say, it's illegal to not have a fence around your pool.
Yeah, same. I think that's a lot of
And I
states.
said, why?
Yeah.
Because if the pools were built at a certain era, they didn't have to appeal to that or abide by that law.
Yeah.
And he said, a kid could come in back here. This is where I just said that from. He was like, a kid couldn't come back here falling and die. I go, well, it might help out that family. You never know. He didn't even crack a fucking
He didn't
smile.
crack a smile. That's
Did
the
not
problem.
Like it.
You got to be
Yeah.
around a comedian for that joke.
I know.
You
He did
got-
not like it, dude. His face was not
Yeah.
offended. It was like
Yeah.
angry.
It's so funny when those moments happen. I remember when I first started working this show on Fusion, and it was like a day job, and I was the only comedian in the building. They were all journalists, and that I did that first thing, and because I was just and that was when comedians hung out all the time.
Yeah,
this is when I was younger, and
when we were
scene.
friends.
Yeah, we were friends.
Yeah,
and, everyone was just hanging out drinking, and I hadn't been around regular people. My girlfriend was a comedian at the time. I was around no regular people, and I just let one wing once, and it was just like people were like, "Whoa."
Whoa.
Like, whoa, man.
Who is
and
this
I
guy?
felt it. I felt that moment where I was going like, oh, yo, we're animals.
Yeah, toxic.
We're fucking toxic animals.
But because we want to break up the sadness.
Yeah, we want to break up the sadness, but we were animals.
Yeah.
Like we could sit there and it's like we're so numb to regular humor. Mm-hmm. Like to make us laugh, we'd have to go see like a clown murdering puppies like on stage.
How was he doing it, with a knife?
Yeah, we'd be
Is
like,
it a big knife?
Like a live murder snuff, like live snuff plays, and we'd be fucking dying. We'd be dying laughing.
we'd be laughing.
Because like we're just jaded.
Yeah, it's gross.
We're around the funniest people in the world.
Yeah, all the time.
All the fucking time.
It's a little sick.
Like to balance ourselves out, you gotta like stick a G.I. Joe figure in your ass. I don't believe you've never put anything in there.
Swear to God.
Yeah. Well, we'll let.
What would you think would be up there?
Maybe a
Like a
Crayola
bead?
marker.
No.
No.
I would remember that. It would be traumatic.
Have you ever touched it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've touched it. Has a woman ever touched it?
No.
You don't let a woman touch it. That squeaky clean asshole?
I don't let anybody near it, but you know why?
That's a shame. That's a waste of talent.
I'll tell you
it's
why.
like a waste of height.
No, I always got hemorrhoids. I always have hemorrhoids often.
You have hemorrhoids.
I don't
You're
want anybody
a
near
fucking
it.
Irish mess, aren't you?
Yeah. You never had a hemorrhoid before?
Irish guys got all types of problems.
If I run out of hemorrhoids, I go get some
Do you
more.
put creams all over and shit like that? And sunscreens and
I
shit?
let God do the work.
You like Irish guys got to walk around with ailment fixers.
Yeah, we're always sick.
Yeah, you got
something
skin
happened.
shit. Yeah.
A tooth will fall out any minute if I keep doing this podcast. I got to get back to the hotel.
Are you 100% Irish?
No, my last name's Santino.
So there's a little Italian in there.
I'm half and half.
You're half and half.
Yeah, my father's Sicilian, my mom is Irish.
Oh, what a fucking tragedy.
Scumbags.
Yeah.
Total trash.
Italians are they're criminal people.
We're not Italian, we're Sicilian.
Sicilian even worse.
Better.
Yeah, that's like
We're the
criminals.
best.
The criminal.
We're closer to you.
It's a
Sicilians
criminal-
are closer to your people.
But there's just a criminal mentality.
Guys are what the fucking Greeks, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
you
we
guys are
gotta-
just like us.
We're worse. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're worse than us, but we have
Yeah.
the same kind of people. You speak in tongues. Your slang is heavier than most.
Yeah.
There's a
We're
lot.
caustic. We're mean. We're
rude,
not fun to be around.
Right. Very spatially unaware.
Yeah.
Don't care about other people's time.
No.
Very self-involved. And a lot of beauty too. A lot of Sicilian beauty.
Yeah.
A lot of Greek beauty. Sicilians are very pretty people. They're island people, man. These are fucking. All they do is eat fish and lay in the sun all day.
So what happened here?
Ireland.
Ireland did it. Ireland got in there, and then you just came out fucking redheaded.
Well, it's like when you see your friend. It's a friend. If you have a black friend that has a white partner, and then they have a baby, and you see the baby, and if it looks way more white, you're always like, it's funny what picked. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
You're like-
what the thing that got it.
You stand out like you're an albino for like whites guys.
Yeah, I'm an albino. Period. I'm an albino.
You're an albino. But do you like it? Was there a time you didn't like it? Because it makes you stand out, and you look very good.
I never cared.
You never cared.
When I was a kid, I got made fun of, but it was by but it was endearing. Like all the black kids would call me Opie. You know Opie Taylor.
Yeah.
From Andy Griffith. They go Opie right there. Hey yo, Opie.
Yeah.
This motherfucker look like the dude from Mad TV. I'd hear that all the time. Or not Mad TV, Mad Magazine. It's the same guy. You know Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah.
This motherfucker look like Mad Magazine and this motherfucker. I'd hear
You
that.
do look like a very, very handsome version.
Here come
of
Opie,
Alfred
this
E.
motherfucker, man. Hey yo, look like a puppet. You look like a puppet. But black love like that is always nice. It's never
great.
mean.
No.
White kids are mean.
Yeah.
White kids will fuck you up.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
say some shit that'll fucking stay with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But black dudes saying that stuff, that never bothered me.
No, they make it fun.
Well, because you laughed with them.
One of my
White people say it to be like, eh.
Yeah.
It's very like a, see?
Yeah.
it's
Black
different.
people keep it in rhythm. They make it funny because they know what it's like to be the outsider. That's what it is.
I think it's because culturally they're like how comedians are comfortable with darkness. Black comedy when I was a kid was comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They just say it because whatever, someone's going to say something.
Right.
And you say it with a little bit of love and then nobody fucking cares.
Right.
Yeah, it's just different.
They come up with funny stuff. Like recently, one black guy, just in the comments, and I said, "Did you make that up?" And he told me he made it up, and I said, "I'm taking it."
What is it?
He called it Woody barbershops. He called white people's barbershops Woody barbershops.
What?
And I just thought it was just the funniest.
Woody
From like a
barbershops?
black perspective. Yeah, it's like a white guy's name's Woody. Like, hey,
Yeah.
my name's Woody.
Woody shops,
So he's just
yeah.
like, yeah, Woody, like one of them Woody barbershops. He was like, I don't know, over there at them Woody barbershops, because I posted this clip about how segregation is good for barbershops.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you know, like we integrated, but like barbershops are still
That's like the only thing that isn't integrated.
segregated, and it's good. Like if they
good
try to
joke.
integrate it, black people, white people, like no.
Do you do that on stage?
No, I just did it on the pod.
It's a good concept, though.
It's a good
It is
concept,
true.
yeah.
That is one of the only things that you're like.
It's separated.
That
yeah.
both parties are both like, it's better this way.
It's like, white person walks in and like, we don't do, I don't know what to
thank
do.
you.
I don't know what to do with your hair. I don't cut white people's hair. And
then
then the white guy goes, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
And then a
and
black guy walks into a white barber shop and they're like, I think we just closed.
Yeah, like I understand.
That is funny. That is, again, going back to what we talk about.
Yeah.
The black guy would make a joke about it.
Yeah.
The white guy would be, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the about it.
Yes.
The black barber shop, the white guy walks in and they go, yo,
Yeah.
ain't nobody cutting that bullshit.
Yeah.
And they all laugh.
There is an entitlement for whites in America. They do feel like I'm white.
I did it.
I did it. Give it to me. Give me something.
Give it now.
Give it. And blacks kind of get that. Like I was about to say, being born white's like being born with a salary,
Yeah.
and being born black's like being born working strictly on commission.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think. Probably that's probably.
Yeah,
how
white
it
people
feels.
are getting a check no matter what.
It's like you get a check,
Right.
And then black guys are like stockbrokers. It's like, or
You have to work for it.
you got to get every
100%.
yeah. So that's what it kind of probably feels
100%.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So
It
I
is
hope
true.
you heard that, Hollywood. That's what I believe.
Yeah, that won't cover up all the other racism, but
Yeah,
it'll do a little
trying to
bit.
do
Yeah, well,
some-
the
it's like
dirt's
the
there.
community service I'm giving myself.
You are.
Yeah,
You're always
'cause-
giving.
Thank you so much for doing this, Andrew
you, baby.
Santino. Of course, check out Bad Friends. You guys
Check out the Bad Friends podcast. And we're also doing Bad Friends Tour in the fall. Go to badfriendspod.com. Get those tickets for the fall. Boston, D.C., Chicago, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Madison. Adding dates as we go. Denver. Badfriendspod.com.
And hopefully the movie when it comes out.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, one of the best in the biz.
Love you.
One of the greatest guys. One of the funniest guys. Andrew Santino. Go check him out.
Go check me out.
What's up? Want to give a shout out to our small business shout outs. Appreciate you guys. With mwah, big kiss from Jared.
Yeah.
Want to say hello, of course, to the guy who made this sign. Thank you so much. His name is James Burke. Big surprise, he's a stand-up comedian and glassblower. I wonder which one he's more of. But I'm going to say he's both. Of 9 years, he's been glassblowing with his partner, Sydney. I assume that's a lady. And he's also an illustrative artist, and he makes handmade jewelry. The guy is multi-talented.
He probably owns an Etsy shop with that lineup.
Yeah, they should open one up. They operate out of their home studio in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina. So right there in the big city, where they get tons and tons of foot traffic to come check out their jewelry and handmade signs and stand-up comedy.
Right next to the beaver pelt.
There's a great stand-up comedy club right there in the Appalachian Mountains called Inbred Honkadonks. It's called One-Eyed Whitey.
2 incest minimum.
Jesus Christ. Now I know this guy looks like that. He actually is the handsomest guy in his neighborhood. He's also a model in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina. They got a shop. You can find a variety of affordable made-to-order handmade wares like glass tobacco pipes, chillums, smoking accessories, glass drinking straws, kitchen, anything you can need as an apparatus to cook meth. Get it from his store. There's a huge demand in his neighborhood up there in the Appalachian Mountains for glass things to cook drugs in. So go to his shop. They got, he also does graphic design, original artwork, wire wrapped, electro farm, resin jewelry. I mean, he does everything.
Does it all.
He's a jack of all trades. And
one-stop
he's a
shop.
stand-up comedian. Did I mention that? Go check out his stand-up. Upon request, he could do custom hand-painted signs, just like the one featured right here. Prices vary based on size, number of colors, and level of details. This guy's got a real system down about how he will price you. So check out his work at whitecrowsnest.com. Oh, and he's got an Etsy store.
He does have an Etsy store.
Etsy.com/shop/whitecrowsnest. Use the promo code Yannis for 20% off your first order. No minimum purchase required. All purchases include a 10% off coupon for your future order. And hopefully there's a picture of him up there because the kid looks wild. He looks like a sick hacksaw Jim Duggan. He looks like a deflated hacksaw Jim
It
Duggan.
looks like some birds are living in his
He
beard.
looks like a former wrestler who would be on a loose leaf sign doing a 60-year-old tour in a public school in Fort Edward, New York. He's a strange-looking bird. He's got more hair on his fucking face than his head or all of Jared's body. He's a hairy little fucker who made a beautiful sign. Thank you, James Burks. Get him now before this guy blows up, man. He's about to put his fucking Netflix special
Before
out.
he blows up or before he blows up something.
Yeah, or blows glass. Thank you, brother. Sign is beautiful. Brooklyn Cannery, healthier sodas, all natural sugars, brooklyncannery.com. Ginger, beer, root beer, cola, amaretto, key lime. 15% off your next order. Yannis Pappas, all one word as the promo. Go get a couple cases for the house. Would you like to have a ginger ale, but it only have 22 calories and it tastes better than ginger ale? It's the real thing. You taste the ginger. There you have it. You want a cola? Right? I think it was like 40 calories. I mean, dude, you're over 100 calories less for a soda. And it tastes great and they're prebiotic. It's a no-brainer. What do we got? Jared Z, not Jared Harvin. Jared Z, exclusiveautoshipping.com. If you're moving your car out of state, hit this guy up. If you're a military or student, you get a free discount or something like that. Oh, you get a free quote. He'll move your car for you, if you're moving or you're buying a car from out of state. He's a loyal listener, too. And he's a handsome Jew with no fumes. Exclusiveautoshipping.com. Christopher Manetti, 215-750-3730. Call him. Get a check. Cash it for cash. He sells cash for checks, essentially. He wants checks, and he'll give you cash for it. In the Philly and South Jersey area. ForTheFree.art. Check out their music, Hawaii. Next. SportsHorseFarrier.com. What can we say? What can we say about Sam Gubera? I need a pic of Sam Gubera. What does Sam Gubera look like?
We looked her up.
We did?
Yeah.
We
Remember?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't really show her face, but she shows her guns.
She looks like a UFC fighter's trainer.
Oh, that's right. She was like she could tell that she's a girl who
Jacked up.
who knows who really can move around with a horse.
Yeah, she
yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
C4 before she goes to work.
She's the type of girl. I don't know. Is she a straight girl?
Yeah.
Whatever. She's straight.
Yes.
So whatever it is, if she's riding you, you could see her tricep.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be able to. She'll be holding it there,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll just feel like you're getting banged out, even though she's riding you. She's a girl that'll put you in this position. What's this position where they push the penis down and bang you like that? It's called something.
She's going to put you in doggy
Can we
style.
look at what that position's called? So what the girl pushes the legs back and then puts the peen there and then rides the peen.
I think you're talking about a pile driver.
It's called a pile driver. So Sam Gubera looks like a girl who really put you in a pile driver. She likes to pile drive. She got arms, and then you look up and she'll be holding herself up, riding like that.
I think you're talking about a pile driver means you're definitely talking about a pile driver.
I'm talking about pile driver. But irrespective of that, so she's an in-shape girl. She's an outdoors farrier. She's also gives you a better cost. If your horse's hooves need to be changed, she'll give you a better cost.
Yeah.
She's got 10 years of experience with these fucking feet. She's basically a horse podiatrist. She's a horse podiatrist. Can we say that?
Sure.
She's a horse podiatrist. She'll fix, she checks out feet. She didn't go to medical school, but she did go to some type of medical training, just like podiatrists. She's got 10 years experience. She's in the Nashville area. And are you ready to have more money in your pocket if you're in the Nashville area and your fucking horse's shoes are old? Throw those fucking old, put some fire on your horse's feet. Go to the GOAT app and hire Sam at 864, call her up, 864-200-9007. Or visit sporthorsefarrier.com. And she will give you a really good deal on for your horse. I'm going to buy a horse just so I can hire her.
Yeah.
It's worth it, guys. All right.
New copy.
New copy from Manly Girly Studios. All right. They want our address. We can give them ours.
Sure.
Yeah. And they just send them here. So we'll get your shirts and we'll put them on. Manly Girly Studios. Here's their new copy. Has a new podcast since Juanon is coming to an end. Did we kill Juanon?
I hope
It
not.
says the
I hope I didn't kill it.
the host for Juanon moved on, so we're updating.
Oh, he moved. He moved on, meaning the FBI came and picked him up. They came and picked him up. So Juanon is coming to an end. So they got a new podcast called "Reality Is a Suggestion" with Arturo Lorenzo. That's my expression. I'm not sure if you could use that as a title.
That sounds familiar. Wait a minute.
I don't know if you could just use my expression. We sell merch for that. We sold merch for that with hyenas. I guess you can. You know what? Go ahead. I mean, you can, it's like saying, yo, we're going to sell Das It shirts. Which, by the way, I mean, this guy just takes pictures with kids and says Das It.
Yeah, you know, they see Manolo doing it, so they can do it too.
Yeah, they're like, whatever. All right, so go listen to Reality Is a Suggestion with Arturo Lorenzo. And then he got another podcast on there called The History Hyenas. And then check out the Yannis Pappas Hour with whatever their hosts are. So check it. Oh, how about this? Have a podcast idea? They're the place. If you're in North Carolina, they will offer you. Now we're talking. If you want to do a podcast, this is a podcast gold rush. So they got studio time in the North Carolina area. Where in North Carolina? It's a big state. The Triangle area.
So I think it's like Durham, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, all that shit.
All right, so in that area, the Manly Girly Studios got you, dog. All right, if you want to record a podcast, they provide a studio. They got you covered. All right, so check them out.
Studio recording, color correcting, editing, distribution, copyright infringement.
Yeah, manlygirlystudios.com. Get 40% off your first studio recording by referencing this ad on the Yannis Pappas Hour. Good luck, Manly Girly Studios. And we're sad to see Juanon go. I think every time I say Juanon, we get limited monetization.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Sad to see it go.
DisplayPros.net. These guys, if you have a custom trade show booth, a retail fixture, or promotional items, these are the guys to hit up. Go ahead.
Can't get a grip on this company.
Go ahead, hit up DisplayPros.net. Put in the coupon code What's the Dealers for 10% off your first purchase. Tell them that we sent you, and they even give you a nice little free consultation.
Here's the thing. I just can't. I don't know if I can trust a company with a .net.
Okay, so picture if you were a nerd, right?
Yeah.
And picture if you never had a girlfriend, you were a virgin.
Okay.
And you really loved Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You were like, man, I'm amassing all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I want to sell them and show off my other collections
They'll set up a booth for you at Comic-Con.
Yeah, you'll have
Got
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a fucking
It'll be
egghead,
like Gerald's Yu-Gi-Oh booth, and they'll be able to put that on a sign for you.
all right. If you're a finger sniffer, go to DisplayPros.net and they'll make a booth for your goddamn go-go cards or your Pokemon or whatever. All right. So if you're a fucking finger sniffer who gets his hair cut at a Woody barbershop, go to DisplayPros.net. It's
or
for
if
you.
you make fried pickles at a carnival, hit these dudes up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is MA Insurance Services. Insurance Services in St. Petersburg, Florida. Down there with Derek. Derek uses MA Insurance. So, you know, I burn the place down every night. Come on down for light the place up for free insurance night. Brought to you by Ma Insurance Services. 813-260-0338 or visit our website, mainsuranceservices.com down here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Every time. We do about once a week. We call it Ma Insurance Night. And we burn the place down for the insurance money, sponsored by mainsurance.com. mainsuranceservices.com. So what do they give you? They give you insurance for auto, professional liability, general liability, if you push your mom down the stairs, whatever it is you want insurance for, whatever happens in Tampa, bath salt attack, somebody attacks you who's on bath salts.
If you were attacked by a chicken in Ybor City.
Fentanyl protection. These guys got you covered. What kind of insurance can you get in Florida?
Stand your ground insurance.
Stand your ground insurance. They got you. We got you sun cancer. You got face cancer, skin cancer. They got you covered.
A drag queen read a book to your child.
You get it covered. You're covered for emotional damages if you accidentally get shot in a fucking gas station off a Route Sunshine Highway in St. Petersburg, Tampa, whatever. You know, if you're down there in that area. If a stripper robs your hotel room in Tampa, Ma Insurance Services got you covered. So go to mainsuranceservices.com Services.com. And the guy's name again was Vincenzo?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Vincenzo Albanese.
Is that his name?
no,
Something Albini, right?
Michael.
Michael Albini.
Close enough.
It's
Yeah.
close enough. MaInsuranceServices.com, 813-260-0338. Down there in St. Petersburg, Florida. We got you covered.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah.